Teddy K, it's been a minute. I know we're both in quarantine, but good to catch up as always. Love the new Dolphin swag. You excited for the new team?
Super pumped, man. It's great to see you. I hope you and your family are well. We're just about to make a move down to Florida, but we've kind of been pushed back with this. So just like everyone, we're kind of hunkering down, getting ready to roll.
Love that. Love that. Well, as you know, it's a pretty big day for Cathedral. It's All Out Irish Day of Caring. So wanted to kind of, reconnect and just chat about our Cathedral experiences. I know we're both alumni, so we were class of 2011. Crazy to think our 10-year anniversary is coming up. I think we're gonna do our own little shindig over the holidays. So excited to get everyone back together. I had a couple questions for you, then I'll let you fire a couple back at me. That cool?
Yeah, that 10 years came up pretty fast, huh?
Terrifying. It's terrifying. I think we've all gotten a few more gray hairs. Some of our beards have gotten a little longer since back then. But yeah, let's kick it off. So, I know you've moved around to a lot of cities, going to Illinois, going to the Pats, now moving to Miami. How have you been able to kind of stay in touch with people from the Cathedral family?
One thing that I think is really rare that Cathedral has, and I've noticed a lot of other places don't, is how much we really truly stay friends with people we are in high school. Obviously me and you have been, best friends since we were in eighth grade and moving forward. And, out of my eight groomsmen, 2 years ago, six of them were Cathedral alums. So, it's, most of my friends are Cathedral. I stay in touch with a lot of people, and we have just so many great people. I'm very blessed that I had, the opportunity to, spend 3.5 for me, but 4 years with all you guys.
Love that. Yeah, I felt that a lot down at IU. When I went, we had like 90 people. I'm back in Indy, so luckily I still get to run into a lot of people. It's nice kind of having that close knit community. A lot of people probably don't know this, but you're a pretty big bookworm. Some would even call you maybe a nerd. Probably, especially a lot of your fellow football players. You're already on your second master's degree. What impact did Cathedral have on you for kind of fostering that intellectual curiosity?
Yeah, well, I'm graduating actually from Indiana in May here coming up with an MBA. But I got a paper due tonight. I'm kind of been putting it off. So the woes of online school. I feel all you guys who are still hanging out in school there. But there was so many great teachers, two in particular at Cathedral that really sparked my interest. Mrs. Nancy Wheeler and Mrs. Sandy Sheets were both tremendous mentors to me. I wasn't always the most focused student. I probably didn't apply myself as much as I could a couple years there. And then, these two teachers really kind of took me under their wing, showed me the importance and made school a priority in my life. And I'm very thankful for that as, I keep moving forward educationally.
When you got to college, you feel like you were pretty ready to roll?
I was very ready to roll. There were so many things about, what we learned that were applicable right away that a lot of my peers didn't have the training in. So I felt like, I was a couple steps ahead of a lot of people in my class.
Love that. Love that. Now I've got to talk a little bit about the gridiron. Obviously you've had a lot of success in the field. Have you come across a lot of Cathedral alumni, directly head to head in many games?
Well, the best football player in Cathedral history, Terry McLaurin. We got to play head to head in Washington this year. That was pretty fun. He had such a great season. He's a tremendous man and obviously a very good football player. It was fun to, we took a couple pictures after the game, and, to have a high school connection at the highest level is special. And we're just, the last two to make it there, Jack Doyle's with the Colts, Indy legend. And, we got Kendall Coleman coming up. He just signed with the Colts, DN from Syracuse from Cathedral. So really exciting stuff.
A lot of fun for all of us fans getting to hear Cathedral plugged on
Yeah.
NBC tonight and stuff.
We got to get back to Lucas Oil though, fellas. Come on.
There we go.
It's one of our main traditions. I mean, you go into the gym. I mean, we're gonna have to make the whack bigger just to fit all the state championship banners. But speaking of alumni, I mean, as a member of the board and a professional in Indianapolis, how have you felt the power of the Cathedral family and alumni network? In the professional world, obviously, I'm an athlete. We have a few, but in the real world application.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's been really powerful in a few ways. So, I moved to Chicago right out of school. Thought I really wanted that big city feel. I enjoyed it. I mean, luckily when I got there, I had a lot of Cathedral friends that were doing a lot of, really cool things, working at different consulting firms and banking jobs, really kind of working their way up. I love the big city, but moving back to Indy has been amazing. I work at a tech startup downtown, and actually 4 of my coworkers are Cathedral alums as well. Everyone gets super annoyed because we're always talking about how much we love Cathedral. They call us a little mini cult. But I think it's been powerful. I think it's taught me that if you stay in Indianapolis, there's going to be a lot of people looking out for you. People are in every industry, a lot of people doing a lot of great things, but people go worldwide too. I've got friends in Oxford, I've got friends in New York, San Francisco, all over the world. So, it doesn't feel like I have to stay in Indy for that to be powerful. It's kind of a worldwide network. And, obviously it's always fun to reconnect with other alums.
Well, the class of 2011, we do have people all over the world, and that's, as we talked about 9 years ago, and everyone's kind of making their own mark. But I mean, now that you're, kind of back working with Cathedral, in the halls, on the board, how have you seen the school grow in the 9 years since we, departed and graduated?
I don't know, every time you say 9 years, I can't believe it's gone that fast. I'd say, a few different areas. I think Cathedral is such an interesting place because there's so much tradition, but there's such an emphasis on innovation. I think the administration and the board has found a really good mix of that. A few things that just have happened since we graduated. We locked in our affiliation with the Brothers of the Holy Cross. That was really important from a tradition perspective, and really securing that relationship and helping them, having them help guide our principles and our mission. I think just moving to technology, understanding where the job market's moving, and really adapting. Cathedral was, an early adopter of having, students with iPads and laptops in the classroom. But even so, the new innovation center that we just approved as the board and are starting to break ground on. I'm pumped about that. From a technology industry guy, I can't wait for more and more students to get into those, science and technology areas. So it's exciting. I think with change, it's always tough because, there are certain traditions that are going to change and certain, foundational aspects that need to be reevaluated. But I think we found a really good mix of that over the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome, man. And that hour lunch period that everyone gets. I wish we would
Jealous.
have had that.
Jealous.
What were we squeaking in lunch in 22 minutes back in
Four
the day?
minutes just inhaling Sam's buff chicks.
Oh yeah, and they got the healthy calf too.
Exactly. Good deal. Well, yeah, love, you want to plug All Out Irish Day one more time?
Yeah, so we're honoring the class of 2022. It's All Out Irish Day of Giving. Any amount will help tremendously. Obviously, we hope that you and your families are safe and okay in these crazy times. And we come together as a Cathedral family, and we're gonna get through this and be stronger than ever.
Right on, man. Always love catching up. Safe travels on the move to Miami.
Thanks, brother. I'll see you soon.
Talk to you soon, dude. Peace.